Welcome back, my fellow creators. Today I have two special doors for you, and they're both semi-hipster doors. I have a 2x1 version and a 2x2 version. And what semi-hipster means is that the entire redstone is below the ground, so no redstone above the ground. And the semi means that you still have to have a wall above the redstone so that it is not visible. And a real hipster door would be one block below this. So if we would remove the wall, there would be no piston, but it would be one block below that. But we can just use this 2x1 door by pressing the button, and it will open up nicely. And we can also close it with the same button, or rather the button on the other side. And both the opening and the closing sequences are very fast and nice, so you don't have to wait a long time to be able to go through them. Now let us take a look at the 2x2 version, and it works exactly the same, but I only have one side hooked up with a button, so that's a kind of a problem, but you can just do the same thing on the other side. And when we do that, the opening sequence is exactly the same, just mirrored to two sides, and the closing sequence is the exact same too. Now let us take a look at how to build this. So we're going to start with the 2x1 door, and I've already marked the entry points, and I've also laid down a floor. And if you build this in your survival or creative world, I wouldn't recommend using glass, because then you can see all the redstone, and the purpose of this door is to have no redstone visible. And after that, we are going to just go below the points of entry and build a double piston extender right here. So one block below the points of entry. Then a sticky piston on the left side, and so that this sticky piston can push a block onto the double piston extender. And you can also do this on the right side instead of the left, but I'm going to just do it on the left for now. Then you can have to go down below the bottom piston and place a dropper diagonally from it. Then go out with two observers, which are going to be below the bottom piston. Then a normal block with redstone and top, and then on top of the second observer, a 4-tick repeater. And we observe both of those with observers above, facing up. And lastly, to complete the door, we're going to build a observer facing up from the dropper, and then a block. Now we have to add our blocks that we want to push, and these have to be solid, or this has to be solid. This can be whatever you want, but I would keep it consistent to look good. As you can see, it will retract and open again when we press the button, and you can either hook up a lever like this, or as I showed you earlier, with a button floating right here. We can build this by just getting 2 blocks below that, place a sticky piston with a observer facing down on its face, then a block next to the dropper, and then just a simple observer clock that is going to update the piston rapidly, so that it knows that it's butt powered by this block. And as you can see, this will extend the contraption and also retract it again once we press the button again. And the good thing about this free floating button is that if you have a one wide wall, it is perfect to access from both sides because of the thickness of the wall. Now let us move on to the 2x2. Here we are going to do exactly the same thing. So just place in two double piston extenders, this time next to each other, like that. Then place in your two other sticky pistons on both sides. And now we're going to place in the droppers, but this time not on the sides as we did last time, but this time in the front or the back. That's your decision. Then from those both droppers, we're going to take a observer output and then direct it to the sides again. Then again, a block, redstone, and a 4-take repeater on both sides. And then just observers facing up that are going to power the side pistons. And finally, to have the full extension and retraction, we're going to place observers facing up from the droppers and facing into solid blocks. And then we can patch up our floor and just activate the whole machine with a simple lever, or in this case a observer that is going to be pushed in just like that. And we can hook up a button on both sides, but for now I'm just going to use one side. And of course you need some wall blocks in there, and as you can see, it works as expected. You can also use the lever, as I said, and we can look at that too. It's basically the same thing. Well, that wraps up today's video. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to rate and comment down below. If you want to see some more awesome redstone, you can check out my redstone playlist or subscribe to me to see every new video I upload. But anyway, I hope to see you in one of them.